how does it feel? Because I know Andrew's journey began with his patent in, or patent, as some of you guys say, in self-aware AI. He got that back in 2012. So how does it feel to have the world finally catch up?
I think Andrew feels very vindicated, and for the last few years he's been saying that as more and more people, he'll send me an article every once in a while that starts talking about agent-based computing and agent-based AI, and he says, "See, they're just now saying what we were saying 10 years ago," and so he feels very vindicated that the world is going that way because we made a try at agent-based computing back at the end of the '90s, beginning of the 2000s. There was a little fad around agent-based computing, but we didn't have the compute power for it, and we didn't have the network infrastructure for it back then. And by we, I mean technology in general, not specifically us. But technology in general, that it was sort of like when Apple came out with the Newton, right? They were way ahead of the curve on portable computing and handheld computing, and it didn't catch on then. But now it's everywhere, right? Everybody's got one. And the same was true of agent-based computing. Back then, it was tried. It was a cool idea. I remember messing around with it a little bit toward the end of the '90s, and then it kind of died out because we couldn't really support it in the current paradigm, in the current amount of technology we had, the current resources we had. So when Andrew proposed the whole thing to me when we met, and I said, yeah, and I kind of remember working on that, back then, and it didn't really take back then, but I think it will now, and that's one of the reasons why I threw in with him. Is I thought, yeah, here's a good idea that I think the time is now better for than it was, kind of the first time it came around. And Andrew, so Andrew, yeah, he feels like he's vindicated because people are starting to now catch on to what we've been saying. And but I think we've got a little bit of a head start. We just got to not squander it. We've got to be able to get our stuff up and out there and in front of people before somebody figures out a way to do it better. And like I said, I think we still have time. We just don't have a whole lot of time, so we got to stay on.